London fogs are my new favorite thing and I cannot stop making them. They are so good. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. I don't know about you, but I feel like this year has been flying by. And we are basically into summer now, which means that I really have to work on my balcony so that I can take full advantage of it. I feel so lucky that we have a corner unit and we also have a beautiful outdoor space. And even though it is not very large, I know that there is so much potential. It is currently very empty and very dusty, but I imagine going out there in the mornings, enjoying our tea and our coffee, and winding down during sunset, having an evening meal, and also just reading books out there. Like, that would be the dream. It has taken me a little while to decide what to do with this space because, one, the weather has been so inconsistent. The weather here is so up and down. Like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that one day it could be like sunny and 70 degrees, and then the next day it will literally be hailing. But I think it's safe to say that we are finally into consistent summer weather, and I have it figured out now. So let me show you what we're working with and what my plans are for the space. I love how I just talked about how nice it is outside, but it's actually pretty windy and cold today. This is the balcony. It is basically 4.5 feet by 8 feet long. She is dusty. Hello, you can see me in the reflection, but this is what we're working with. As you can see, the floor is kind of in rough condition, so I definitely need to figure out how to cover this or clean it off. We do have an outlet out here, so that is really helpful in adding some string lights. This is the only wall that we're working with, but since the door opens up, I don't think we can really do much with it. So I'm mainly focusing on this area. This is where I want to have our little lounge. Luckily, since we're up higher and we don't share this balcony with like another neighbor, I don't feel like I need any privacy or anything, so that is really great. But yeah, this is the balcony and this is what we're working with. So originally when I was planning this out, I wanted a zone for like reading and then a separate zone for eating, but I quickly realized that I just do not have enough space to have two separate zones. So I had to scrap my original plan, and I think what I came up with is actually even better than that plan. So my new plan is to combine everything into one conversational area. What I'm envisioning now is basically like an outdoor living room and really embracing low to the ground furniture. So I want to get like a day bed type of situation that is convertible, and then we're going to use a coffee table as our dining table. And it's mostly just Brian and I using this space, but I did want to get a couple of poofs in case we do have some other guests joining us out there. But overall, I want to use furniture that is space saving and is also very easy for us to move around. I'm really excited for this plan. I think this is going to be used even more than what I had planned originally. So there's a lot to do to make this happen. I need to clean everything outside, make our DIY table, and then we can really bring the space to life. So I got a couple of new plants for the balcony. I, of course, cannot do a balcony makeover without adding plants. And I always find that when you're working on an outdoor space, the cost of planters can really add up. So a lot of times I will just default into getting your regular old terracotta planter pot. I love a good pop of orange, and over time this will patina and look more aged, but if you do not have years to wait for them to have that beautiful aged look, I'm actually gonna try out this new hack that I discovered. And I can't believe that I did see this hack until this year, but all you need is some garden lime, some water, and that is it. I don't really know the science behind this, but once we add water to it, it's basically gonna make a lime wash mixture. I've seen some really amazing results on TikTok and Instagram, so we're gonna try that today. And I think I'm gonna start with this little baby pot as our sample and use a hairdryer so that we can kind of speed up the process. It definitely smells like a plant nursery in here. Now I'm just gonna coat the whole entire thing and let it dry. So I did a pretty thick coat on these, so I'm gonna let them dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll check on them and then sand them down to give them a little bit more gradient and give them a little bit more dimension. And I actually have a lot left, so I think I'm gonna use this on a big planter that I have outside that I think would look a lot better if I aged it. Okay guys, this is such a cool find. So on my mood board, I had inspiration from Japanese floor tables and tatami rooms, which basically embraces low to the ground furniture and even chairs without legs. So this is perfect. It's actually from a Japanese brand. So I got this for $40. I saw an original post of the product and it was $160. So this was such a steal. So you basically can pop out the legs like so. And when you want to put it in storage, you can just fold it down and just put this in storage, which is actually perfect, especially for a balcony. Like in case I need to make more floor space or just need to put this away, this saves so much room. So that is pretty genius. I do wish it was a little bit bigger, but it is just enough space for like 2 people to eat and hang out at. I don't think the camera is really gonna pick this up, but it is a little bit worn on the tabletop. So I was thinking that we could DIY this. So my idea is to cover this up so that it protects the wood or faux wood. I'm actually not sure if this is real or not. I've had this idea pinned for a while, so I've been seeing these tables with basically mix match marble. It is a very eclectic look, but I am really drawn to it, so I thought that we could try it out on this table with some contact paper. So I grabbed a bunch of different colors. I really love this maroon one and this brown one. This green one though, I'm not sure if I'm gonna use because the green is a little bit lighter and in a different shade than I thought it was gonna be, but I'll test it out to see what we can come up with because I'm actually not sure what pattern I should do. Because this is an oval, it's a little bit trickier, so we'll see what we can come up with, but I'm just gonna start cutting these out and start playing around with all the patterns that we can make. Okay, I have everything cut out into 3-inch squares, and now I'm gonna start playing out the pattern. I'll mostly just focus on the center, and then I think for the outside part, I will just do it 1 little square at a time. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna start with the white ones and do like a line across and put these diagonally. This table is actually really nice to work on. It kind of reminds me of the really small tables that you see all over Vietnam, except this is a lot nicer because the ones in Vietnam are literally children's tables with like little plastic chairs. If you've been to Vietnam, then you probably know what the iconic red chairs. You usually can see them out on the sidewalk basically. I remember the last time we were in Vietnam, I was with my family and we were just sitting on the sidewalk eating jia with a street vendor. It basically is this delicious Vietnamese dessert, and it was so good that we actually started advertising it for the ladies selling it and attracting more customers for it, which was so funny. Some of them were just curious and looking over, and my parents would be like, "It's really good, guys, come over, have some." It made the ladies selling it so happy to get some more customers just because we were raving about it, and we made friends with the people sitting next to us, all just eating dessert, and it was a very wholesome moment that I will never forget. But now that I think about it, I don't even think she had any tables. I think we were literally just sitting on these little chairs on the sidewalk. So as you can see, it's not like a perfect pattern. Sometimes you have 2 of the solids sitting next to each other and not have any white in between. So I'm just playing around and seeing kind of what makes sense. I truly cannot get over how good this actually looks. I just have this side to do. I think I have to cut out a few more, and I'm basically just figuring it out as I go along. But we really did that. It looks so good. From the top, it looks so convincing. The only way you can clock this is on the side where you see the edge, but this looks so clean. I honestly could not be happier. I love it. This box contains my new favorite reading spot and I'm so excited about it. I hope it's as good as it looks in the photos because obviously it's a lot bigger than this. So let's open the box and see what's inside. Can you guys guess what color it's gonna be? Of course, it's gonna be green. So this is a trifold mattress slash couch type of thing. It's basically like a fold-up daybed, and I thought this would be great just to have inside and outside. A lot of you guys said that I should put some seating in the sunroom just for reading and stuff, but I usually am reading on the couch. But I thought that I could make this dual purpose because I'm not outside all the time, and I really would like to enjoy this more often than not. So it's basically gonna move inside and outside, and what's great about this is that the cover is removable and washable, which is so important for an outdoor piece. So this still needs to fluff up, but I am pretty happy with it. I love the color. It's such a fun pop. And for additional seating, I also got these poofs, which are woven. I got 2 of them so you could stack them on top, or you can sit on these individually. So I like that this is stackable and doesn't take up a lot of space and gives us so many options for seating. So I think everything is ready for the balcony to finally be transformed. I did grab one of these mats. For the longest time, I was looking for an outdoor rug, but I just found that these straw mats are so much more affordable and also very easy to clean. I got this in a neutral color tone with a really pretty design on it, and I know different countries have different variations of this. So I believe these are called sedge mats, and in Vietnamese we actually call it a chiu. It's so hard to say English and Vietnamese words. Growing up, my family had one of these. It was green and we used them every single time we would go to the lake or have a picnic, and they are so great and so versatile. So if you're looking to an alternative to outdoor rugs or outdoor click tiles or anything like that, and you just want to cover the floor, this is such a good option. Okay, let's get her up. Okay guys, it's been a couple of days since I set up the balcony and I am absolutely loving it out there. The couch is so comfy. I'm finding myself spending a lot more time out there, and then even bringing it inside into this little nook over here. It is so good and definitely the right choice for me. And I couldn't be happier with how the coffee table turned out. I love all the colors on there. We can officially start summer. I hope this gave you some good ideas, and if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below and also subscribe for new videos. And if you'd like to see more updates from me, you can follow me over on Instagram where I post every single day. That is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!